Occasionally when I'm watching the TV, I will notice something that one of the characters is wearing and sort of, oh, that's really cute, or that, I guess that's in style, because Buffy's wearing it.
You almost always see on a show like that a little rising sophistication in the look of the stars, and some of that has to do with the fact that they can just ask for better clothes and have a little more say in what they wear.
It's a show that's become very good at both reflecting what teenagers are wearing and influencing what teenagers are wearing.
I take a lot of my fashion cues from Buffy now, you know, because I look at what she's wearing and I think, okay, that's about to hit. There's actually a real awareness of what's going on in the fashion world, and that's a lot about Cynthia and her look.
I'm thinking of this for the Christmas party scene for Sarah. I think it's kind of groovy. What do you think?
Right. Well, you can't go wrong with Prada.
I know. It looks amazing on her. I have about 6 people in my department, 2 key people that work with me. They pretty much execute the things that I need executed or implemented. They do.
Hey, Cynthia. They're just about to establish Sarah, if you want to come
Oh,
up
cool.
to set.
Yeah, I do. I get a script and I read it through, and then I break it down. I look for the day breaks. I want you know, to see how many days there are in the script, and that basically gives me a blueprint of where changes for each character, wardrobe changes would take place. For instance, a lot of times Buffy's in school, and then later that night we'll see her fighting in the graveyard. Of course, do a budget and determine how much each costume is going to cost, where I need to double something or triple it. Then I go shopping, or I build, or rent, or whatever I need to do. Then I take Polaroids, and I show the Polaroids to Joss, and then Joss does the final approvals.
Cynthia Bergstrom, the clothing designer, and Sarah have a rapport and a communication which really has shaped the look of the show.
Buffy definitely took on a brighter look. Her clothes definitely reflected more of a springy look. I used more florals. A lot of accessories were used. This is where I introduced a lot of different types of necklaces.
Sarah herself is really fashion forward and really aware of what's going on out there, and with a little more clout she was able to say, you know, I'd like to look a little crisper this year, or a little more mature.
We'll discuss what is needed for the episode and for each scene. Now, this coat was used in season 3 on Sarah when she was down at the docks.
You don't give up, do you?
Because she's so petite, the 3/4 length is great on her. It doesn't overpower her. It's slim fitting in the waist. The little padded shoulder gives her a broader shoulder look. It's a good look for her. She'll come in and she'll say, you know, I feel like I need to have a lot of mobility here. It's great because she communicates to me what she needs, and I just work together as a team.
Every character really is true to their own style, and you can see that their styles evolve and change.
Of course, I read every magazine that's out there, but to me, if it's in a magazine, it's already done. So I have a tendency to not shop department stores. I like to go to the smaller specialty boutiques where they have imports from European countries or Japan. That way I get an idea of what maybe not mainstream is right now, but will be later.
You see it with Willow, who started off as such a sort of typical wallflower, and she wore really cute, adorable clothes, and she still wears really cute clothes, but there's a kind of an elegance and a womanliness that's changed her look.
I wanted Willow to grow up a bit. I was transitioning Willow a bit further and moving her away from the overalls and sort of the androgynous look that she had been accustomed to. And then, of course, Buffy as sort of this nomadic slayer, just very sleek, simple, plain, militaristic. Xander was pretty much the same as he's always been.
Oh, I'm Faith. Can I borrow that? Thanks, B. Couldn't have done it without you.
The basis for Faith was white trash.
Isn't it crazy how slaying just always makes you hungry and horny?
She was a tough girl. She exuded sexuality. She was definitely one of the more promiscuous characters we've ever had on the show, and she was just dark. Just everything about her was dark.
She gonna take orders from her?
Joyce has remained consistent over the years. The biggest change for her was in Band Candy when she dresses up as her version of Stevie Nicks, and she wears the mini skirt, a little saucier, definitely for Joyce. Usually she's quite the quintessential mom. Giles, being the librarian, giving him that old world feel, sort of a 40s type feel with the 3-piece suits and the striped shirts.
Buffy's the most capable child I've ever known.
Thought they'd be here.
They are.
Angel's sleek, sexy, simple. I used a lot of darker colors with gem tones. I gave him a bit of an old world European look with some of the coats, the way that they were cut and frock styled. But I also wanted a softness to him, so sometimes I would throw on a sweater. Spike has remained constant as well. The long black coat and the jeans and the black t-shirt. I worked on developing Cordelia's look for season 3.
It's such a Cordelia thing to say, but I remember the clothes. They were fabulous.
Her attitude changed. She was definitely harder, coarser. When Cordelia gets out of the car and she returns to school, she's just hot. She's sexy. She wants to feel good about herself. She wants to make him drool, I'm sure.
I think they could be cleaner.
Of course, sir. I mean, I washed them, but...
After every meal and under your fingernails, dirt gets trapped there, and germs, and mayonnaise.
Joss said to me when I asked him about the mayor, used car salesman.
They were happy with what I looked like, and then it was just up to the costume people to put the clothes on me that they wanted, which is fairly conservative.
He sort of had this wholesome look about him, and I saw him as just this warm, friendly, almost Opie sort of guy. And so I put him in a lot of warm tones, button-down plaid shirts and trousers and sport coats. We never really knew that he was bad, but in the beginning, he seemed like a nice guy, like an okay kind of guy.
I think we have a terrific costume department here, and they're very clever in taking elements of a script and finding ways to costume. I credit them greatly.